Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture's My Life. Now, this episode is going to be part 2 of symptoms of diabetes that we need to talk about. I see I'm getting an even greater response on the Acupuncture's My Life app with regard to some of the symptoms in which I discussed in part 1. And I hope I was able to answer a lot of you guys' questions and concerns. And I've even referred some of you to some of my colleagues in different countries. This is why it's important and it's best to download the Acupuncture's My Life app, because some of you guys live in countries and you don't know where to find an acupuncturist, but I have colleagues on 6 different continents and over 43 different countries. So, downloading the app is much more. It's more than just reading health blogs, listening to the podcasts, or watching the YouTube channel, or perusing our social media sites. You may need to contact an acupuncturist but not know how to do so. And here at Acupuncture's My Life, we help individuals do so. But I want to continue with some of the signs and symptoms that may warrant that you see your acupuncturist or an acupuncturist right away, as well as maybe even a physician. And for you guys out there, you may be faced with issues regarding having an erection or maintaining an erection. And this can be a clear warning sign of diabetes. So I know this is food for thought for many of you guys, and I know I'm going to hear back from many men about this, but it's a reality. It can also be a symptom of stress and tiredness and anxiety, or excess alcohol consumption, because this is, in the world of acupuncture, drinking too much alcohol leads to dampness in the lower jiao, and this dampness impedes circulation in the lower part of your body, and it can affect you either having an erection or maintaining one, from getting an erection or maintaining one. So alcohol plays a huge part, but problems getting an erection is definitely a warning sign of diabetes. Now the next one is polyuria, and that's where you're urinating too much. You remember I spoke of the 3 P's? Polyphagia, which is excessive hunger; polydipsia, excessive thirst; now polyuria, urinating too much. You need to use the bathroom more times than normal, and this can be a sign of having a hypoglycemic episode, because excess amounts of sugar in your blood can cause an individual to want to urinate more than they normally would. And if you're going through this, you need to see an acupuncturist, and maybe even your physician as well. Another is, you ever notice little dark patches of skin or on your skin? This is considered acanthosis nigricans, okay? And that's an early warning sign of prediabetes. Keep that in mind. You see little dark patches of skin. And these patches can appear on your feet, your groin, hands, neck, under your arms. And it'll sort of have like a velvety texture to it. And the skin will appear thicker in that area than in areas where the skin appears to be normal. Now, some of you also may experience like, and this is spoken of a lot. You would have, your breath would smell like really sweet, like candy or fruity type of texture to it. This could be a sign of diabetic ketoacidosis. Okay. And you more so get this from individuals who have been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, which is actually an autoimmune disorder. And you would tend to notice like a fruity smell on their breath. Now, another sign or symptom can be deep and fast breathing. Again, you'd more so see this in type 1 diabetics, where they would experience like moments of rapid breathing, and it can be symptomatic of an underlying health problem, and that should be addressed right away, because you have to understand something. Health is wealth. The wealth isn't in the bank. It's not in the stock market. It's not in your safe. It's not in your pocket. It's not in your purse. It's not in your retirement account. It's not under your mattress. It's not in the shoebox in the closet. It's not under the doghouse in the backyard. It's in you. It's definitely in you. But question, do you ever experience feeling weak? Or get this weak feeling from time to time? That's a sign, it can be a sign of hypoglycemia, which is basically low blood sugar. And again, you more so see this in type 1 diabetics. So if you ever experience unsteadiness or weakness, that's a problem that must be addressed right away. You ever experience confusion or problems thinking clearly or difficulty thinking? You feel confused? Sign of low blood sugar. Again, type 1 diabetics for the most part. Because confusion, it can represent several conditions, including like, let's say, malnutrition or some type of infection. But it also can be a sign or symptom of diabetes. And what about, you ever notice yourself experiencing tremors or some type of shaking and feel a sense of anxiety? This happens when your blood sugar levels drop. Now, this also can be due to other medical conditions such as generalized anxiety disorder. And we speak of that a lot on Acupuncture's My Life TV, on the episode on anxiety as a cause for disease. So if you're not already watching Acupuncture's My Life TV, where we discuss many topics, including mental and emotional disorders, you can watch it on Roku TV or Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Android TV, or any iPhone or Android device. You can just, if you're using an iPhone or an Android device, you can just go to the App Store and just download Acupuncture's My Life TV or Acupuncture's My Life Network. I don't know which one it is, either TV or network. Yeah, but that can be a sign of generalized anxiety disorder. But you want to get yourself checked out. And these things come with what I say over and over, and just seeing your physician or a physician on an annual, sometimes semi-annual basis for a checkup and regular wellness visits to an acupuncturist. Says a lot. You know what? If you're operating a vehicle right now, do me a favor and pull it over to the side of the road. Not if you're operating an airplane. If you're flying a plane, just, next podcast after you've landed. But if you're operating a vehicle on the road right now, pull it over to the side of the road. And if you're crossing the street, I need you to hurry up and safely get across the street. And if you're carrying or lifting something heavy at the moment, take a moment and rest it down. Because I need everyone in a relaxed state right now. Because I need you to close your eyes. And I need you to say to yourself, acupuncture is my life. And now open them. Boom. You are now brand new. And brand new you are. But I have another question. Do you ever experience, let's say, numbness of your lips or your tongue? And I know to some of you that may sound unusual, but then there's some of you it may shock because you have. Now, experiencing this, that's not good. This is a sign of low blood sugar. And when you experience a drop in glucose levels, a serious drop, your lips and your tongue may begin to tingle and become numb. You have to speak to your physician immediately and then see an acupuncturist. It's important that you do so. Another is, do you ever lie down in your bed at night, or you're sitting and watching television, or you're sitting at your desk, then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, your heart just starts boom, 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 like really pounding for no reason. You're like, I'm not anxious, I'm not nervous, I haven't been startled. Where the heck did this come from? This can be an indicator of low blood sugar. It can be another sign. It could be for other medical reasons as well. You need to have this addressed right away. But again, if you were seeing a physician on an annual basis and undergoing regular wellness visits with your acupuncturist, a high likelihood you wouldn't be worrying about any of these symptoms. You wouldn't. This is why I say over and over, make acupuncture a part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?